They cannot keep us under reservations. We are showing them that this land is ours again, and that we can open the minds of all the people of all races.
We believe that it's time to put our moccasins on the ground and take action.
Moccasins on the Ground trains people how to use nonviolent direct action tactics to stop the Keystone XL pipeline.
That this pipeline is not about economics, it's not about creating jobs, it's not about getting oil from a friendly country, it's not about that. And it's hard to reach them when you're a Lakota person because there's a lot of racism that exists in the state of South Dakota. We're just very proud to be Lakota, and I believe it's a beautiful way of life that's worth defending and protecting and preserving and sharing and living. So none of us will live without Mother Earth. That's what that means. Many we chose on through water there is life, and that goes across all boundaries. You know, it's not going to stop. They mine uranium in South Dakota. It's not going to stop at the Nebraska line. They're mining uranium in Nebraska. It's not going to stop at the South Dakota line. Just because you're Lakota or white or black or Asian, that doesn't create a boundary around you to protect you from any of this contamination. So all the human beings, all the two-leggeds, in a humble way, a good way, a spiritual way, a powerful way, we have to learn to stand together, and that's what we're going to learn in the next few days.
Organizers from all over Turtle Island convened in Pine Ridge to share their skills and help prepare the community to resist construction of the pipeline.
I am a member of the Kiowa Nation, originally from Oklahoma. I now live in Denver, Colorado.
Hi, my name's Noah Morris. I work with Mutual Aid Street Medics.
Knees at you, suckers at you, skies at you. My name is Satsna Zell, and this is my younger 15-year-old brother, Nendley.
Hi, my name's Kim Ellis. I am coming here from Appalachia.
Bonjour. Dnes mi nikoj ndižni klas ma kod budem. Uči takve.
Many of the trainers have learned their skills fighting fossil fuel extraction and infrastructure in their own neighborhoods.
Hi, my name is Cindy Spoon, and I'm also coming from Texas. I worked with the tar sands blockade down there. We gave it everything we got, trying to take a stand against this pipeline.
Certainly learned a lot. We got to see everything that happens during construction of TransCanada's pipeline. We saw the play-by-play, and we threw everything we could at it, and we certainly want to share a lot of stories and a lot of skills and a lot of experience with folks here.
On the east end of Houston, which are predominantly working class communities of color, we see a lot of industrial pollution and environmental racism and classism, and coming from a lot of refineries and other industrial pollution and infrastructure in that area.
Last year, we started the operations of the first U.S. tar sands mine.
The community is currently facing the first U.S. tar sands mine in an area in eastern Utah. We also face tar sands refining, where they take the tar sands from what you see up here, ship it by rail to our refineries in Salt Lake City, and burn it. And we have some of the worst air quality in the nation during the winter as a result of that.
I'm here to do the medical training, as well as if anyone gets hurt or anything, I am here for that as well.
I believe in the diversity of tactics. I believe you use whatever means are available for you to protect your homeland. But I don't know all of those things, right? So I teach what I know, which is mostly nonviolent direct action.
We're all fighting for that life, which is the water that gives us that life. To everything that we have needs that water. So I'm glad that we're coming to this common ground to fight against the pipeline.
And not only are our struggles connected by a common enemy, we face the same companies, we face the same governments, but we're connected by a common thread of resistance.
Many different skills were taught throughout the weekend. People learned how to provide immediate medical help to those injured by police while protesting.
As far as guarding our abdomens, things like phone books, they deliver phone books on the roads. Opening one of those up and taping those around your abdomen and kidney. This is a very cheap way of defending yourself against. During Occupy Oakland, a young Marine veteran by the name of Scott Olson, who is standing non-violently at attention between the militarized police force and the people protesting was shot at near point-blank range by one of these tear gas canisters, and his skull was cracked, and he had bleeding of his brain. And people go to try and help him and rescue him, and the first thing the police do is throw a concussion grenade at them.
Trainers also taught climbing safety, preparing participants to build aerial blockades to halt construction. Some people gathered to discuss security culture, direct action strategy, blockade tactics.
What we want to do is kind of make this safe, because it can be triggering. A lot of us have been victims of the state. You know, a lot of us have been beaten up by a multitude of oppressors, not just the state.
I'm descended from the groups of people who put up a resistance, an armed resistance. And so that's what I was born with. I knew, I was taught from the time I was a young age that was a legitimate, correct and appropriate response to what we were fighting at that time. And I've always believed that my whole life. So when I got into nonviolent direct action, I had some misconceptions about it. I thought it was about being a pacifist. You know? I thought it was about being peaceful. I thought it was about getting beat up. Like when you see these images on TV, I was like, I'm not doing that. You know, like who wants to do that? Like who wants to go out, get beat up and thrown in jail? Like I'll take my chances with different ways, right? But over time, when I began looking at some of the history, more recent history, I began to see the benefit of using nonviolent direct action at different times.
When you're planning, it's best to think of it before, during, and after. And then think about the sequence in which you and the people involved play different roles to engage tactics that reach towards your strategy.
People also planned for developing media strategies.
When we were not able to document, we saw the cops doing things like pepper spray, tasing, things like that. And so you have to be able to get in there with your cameras and be able to document it.
So when you do put them online, it has to be, very, very careful on what goes on there, because they do use these things. They do very, very, very closely watch the live streams.
Security was on everyone's mind. On our second night, a drone hovered over our campfire.
We get followed around by Homeland Security, men wearing bulletproof vests that say Homeland Security Patriot Act.
The Keystone XL pipeline in South Dakota passes over the Oglala Aquifer, threatening to pollute the drinking water of the Lakota people. While this training was happening, spiritual blockades are set up on Indian land throughout the region. For many, the Keystone XL pipeline is a matter of life and death. After the training, people are more ready for the long and difficult road that lies ahead.